is being carried out hastily and carelessly. So this statement was not given by me. It was a statement given by the public jury report submitted in the National Convention that was held in New Delhi. So what does the report reveal? Without further delay, let's get right into the video. Welcome to Youturn and this is Nandini Madheshwaran. In December 2025, at the Constitution Club in New Delhi, a national convention on defending universal adult franchise brought together many experts, advocates, lawyers, citizens and activists. The main aim or the main motto of this convention is to examine the ongoing SIR, that is the Special Intensive Revision, that is the list of people eligible to vote in the recent elections. The main aim of the SIR is to update the voter list by deleting the duplicate entries and the correcting errors. So this is not something new that is happening in India. The SIR had already taken place several times, but the time of SIR or the way of SIR now happening raised serious concerns across the country and among the people. To examine this issue, testimonials were collected from several states including Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, even Tamil Nadu, Goa and several states. The jury of retired judges, senior lawyers and activists and scholars listened to all these testimonials and reviewed the data collected from the ground. And what emerged was the clear pattern of large-scale voter exclusion. So, most of the people affected of this SIR process was agricultural migrant workers. In several states like Madhya Pradesh, Karnataka and Rajasthan, most of the people were migrant agricultural workers. People move one place to another seasonally for their work. Testimony was taken during the SIR survey period and nearly 15 to 16 houses were logged, and the BLOs themselves thought that these people were absent in their registered addresses. So, this was taken as proof that they no longer lived there. As a result, these people were marked as shifted or absent and their names were removed from the electoral rolls. But they were not fake voters. They are just the working citizens whose livelihood depends on migration. Another serious issue was seen in the tribal regions, especially in the southern bastard in Chhattisgarh. A testimony from the former MLA says that in 2005, Salwar Judwa actions took place, and in that actions nearly 644 villages got destroyed and more than 3 lakh people were displaced. So most of the people who were displaced gone to the states like Odisha, Maharashtra, Andhra and Telangana, and their documents were burnt in the fire, and most of the people have no documents. So therefore it is feared that nearly 1.25 to 1.5 lakh people may lose their right to vote. And during SIR, these people were asked to provide the proper documents, but they were all burnt in fire. Where will they go for documents? And in many cases, the entire villages faced deletions only because they could not submit the proper paperwork that had been gone a decade ago. And the next is, according to the testimonials taken from Madhya Pradesh, in Umaria village, Jabalpur, around 150 voters from the nomadic Gumakhat tribe face the risk of deletion from the voter list due to this SIR process. Despite having documents showing that their families have listed as voters since 1984 and they are continuously voting since 2008, they are considered or they are labelled as Rohingya or Bangladeshi. But this community people has a long history of displacement and migration. The second heavily affected people due to this SIR process is the Muslim residents in the urban resettlement colonies. In cities like Ahmedabad and part of Uttar Pradesh, families who moved legally after demolition were said that their addresses were invalid. But even when court order exists for rehabilitation, their verification for voter is failed. In one documented case, more than 1,200 living residents were marked as deceased in the draft electoral rolls. So this not only removed their basic right to vote but also removed the access to welfare benefits that are linked to voter IDs. And women faced a disproportionate impact due to this SIR process. In India, most of the women shift to their in-laws' house after marriage, and their identity documents always list on their parental addresses rather than marital homes. But the verification rules did not adequately recognize the relationships through marriage. Even if the women showed their proofs of in-laws, it is not considered as the proof and their names was rejected. Transgender people were even more vulnerable because they do not have proper family support and standard documentation, which leads to the ultimate voter deletion. And in Tamil Nadu, a large proportion of deleted voters are in Chennai and Coimbatore because of the slum clearance that take place in over 10 years. But these people continue to live in same area, but they were refused to given or they were given lack of enumeration forms. And the other higher proportion or higher deletion takes place in the tribes of Mudumalai forest. Once they were given enumeration form by the BLOs, but they were not collected back from them. So the findings of jury says that the structural problem is the cascading effect of this deletion. When one family member's name is deleted, particularly if the parent's name is deleted, then automatically their children's name is also questioned or deleted. So this creates the chain reaction. When one name is deleted in a family, the entire family is going to be deleted in the electoral rolls. The jury also noted that this SIR process was conducted in a hurry manner without public awareness and the limited time for correcting the errors. Many citizens were not at all informed that their votes were deleted until the draft rolls were published, and this made very difficult for the poor, rural and illiterate populations. So the testimonies of the report says that the impact of SIR was not widespread or equally spread across the country. Most of the people affected due to this SIR process is marginalized community rather than the privileged people. Migrants, tribals, religious minorities, slum dwellers, women and the people who are living in urban areas but poor are the more affected people, and they fear the exclusion of voters. And this raises the serious concerns about equality before law and the fairness of the electoral process. The jury acknowledges that revising these electoral rolls is absolutely necessary. However, it also said that the current SIR process has led to the wrongful and large exclusion of genuine voters. Such exclusions weaken the credibility of fair elections and damage the democratic representation. So, democracy does not fail only when elections are cancelled. It also fails when the citizens of the country are quietly removed from participation. So, the jury therefore demanded the immediate review of this SIR process with stronger transparency and higher support to prevent exclusion of the people due to poverty, lack of documents and displacement, because India's democracy will survive only if every voter is protected, not just every vote counted. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Youturn is an independent media that has been fighting to combat fake news and false information or speech that has been widely spread on social media and internet. If you find our work worth it, please support us by scanning the QR code, and if you have any difficulties in scanning the QR code, you can also check the link in the description called Support Our Fact Check Initiatives, and you can donate or support us there too.